Hello, hello. I, I don't know why I always say we, but I thought I would stop at this point. I've been coloring in, I believe this is yeah, Enchanted Forest. And the only thing I have left to color is the water and these rocks. And as you can see, I've already colored these rocks. So I thought I would give a quick video on just how I did this, because to be honest, I had no clue what and how to do these, even the little tiny ones. No matter what size you're doing, you're going to do them the same. And if you want them, again, you're going to pick 3 colors. That is the theme of my video, is 3 colors or more. And so what I start out with, and these are polychromos, but you can use anything you want. Okay, so I have a warm gray 274. I have a cold gray 233, and then I have this warm gray, it says warm gray 2, and it's a 271. And if you need to do any darkening, I got this dark sepia 175. So I'm just going to show you how I did these rocks, and then maybe we will just color this little old frog here and all of his little friends, because you know me and frogs, I keep coloring them and they keep popping up. All right, so I'm going to start with the warm gray, my lightest of all the colors. And you know me, I always go by the tips of my pencils, not by the color of my pencil. So all I'm going to do right now is, with this warm gray, is color in this whole rock. Maybe I should turn a light on. I don't know if that really makes a difference or not. I have another light that's right on top of it. But anyway, so we're just going to fill this rock in. Seems like I'm just getting little I don't know if it's my eyes doing that. But I'm not pressing hard. I'm just trying to get a good coverage of my little rock. I'll go ahead and do the bottom part of it. No matter what rock you use, or what color you want to make your rocks, just remember 3 colors. If it's a brick, 3 colors. Okay, and then we're also, because I believe this is a little ledge, is what I think this is. Because why would something be growing on top of it, or the little frog be sitting on top of it? So as I thought it through, I decided that's what this is a ledge. So we're just going to try to make it a little darker, and I did use the sepia more on this little ledge. Okay, so now we got it all colored in, so we can set that one down. And I'm going to set the sepia down for right now. And now I'm going to take my next lightest color, and that is the cool gray. I don't even know if you can see that, but anyway, it's the cool gray 233 if you're using the polychromos. And I'm going to come around my edges, and I'm not going to color pressing down. I'm just going to start just doing my little circles, and I want to leave this center part where these three little guys are alone. There was something there, so it made a weird little spot, but it's a rock, so it will be okay. So if you stay light, I think I was up at 3 o'clock this morning when I finally went to bed. I'd laid down and took a nice long nap, and then I laid down, watched a few movies, and I may have fallen asleep. But then I just didn't get tired until 3 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I am not a night owl, but it seems like it's changing. I don't know why. So, now I'm going to darken it right around the edges. Just making little circles. That feels like it's sticky. I made me some lemonade. I got it sitting over here. Maybe I spilled a drop. I didn't think so, but you know, you never know. But again, it's a rock. Okay. So we can take our lightest color and just kind of soften this around this light spot. But we want to try to leave, again, the center open. So now I'm going to take my next darkest color, the warm gray 5. I'm just going to do it again around the very edges. But I don't want to end up with a harsh line. And that's a line that you can see. Like if you have a line and it's one side's black and one side's white, you can definitely see it, right? So a harsh line would be a line that you can definitely see. So you want to try to keep it all softened up. And if you need to, you can come in with your medium gray. Just go around it. Just let it soften up. And it'll start looking just like a rock. Okay, so let's start this bottom one. And we've already got the medium gray, so let's and you just don't need to press hard. just to let it do its thing. Just it's better just to keep going over it a few times, because it'll also kind of smooth everything out. Okay, we want to go into all of our leaves. Just around and around and around we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. So let's see. I think this should be a rock too. It doesn't have any starts or stops. So I'm just going to kind of do that. Just going to let it kind of blend here on the corner, because there's no lines. You can always come back in here, and usually with a number 5 you can fix it. Okay, so let's keep on going. I'm not pressing. I'll move back on my pencil to show you that's okay. So we're just going to take our lightest color and let's just go around our edges here. Try not to go back into the center, or you're going to darken it. Like that. And then up here, I took my medium. I just went across all these little guys. And now I'm darkening this little, I guess it's a cliff. And that's what I'm saying it is a little cliff. But how it is how it is. And now I'm going to start just getting the bottom and then do the very top. I'm going to leave a little white in here. Okay, I'm going to take my darkest and we're going to go over this with sepia too. Also. So I'm just trying to darken this up at the very top and the very bottom. And then as we do, we just switch back and forth and soften that up. So I want to make it to match this other side, like this one. And then we're going to go into our sepia and just really darken it up, and then we'll darken that center up a little more. It's kind of like that. Okay, and I'm going to, with my lightest, I'm just going to go over this because it's really light and I don't want it that light. And just go over everything and just kind of let it blend together. And then I took the sepia and I just went up and down these lines. So now our little cattails are growing right across the top. Whoops, sorry. Well, let's do a few more. So I'm taking my light gray, whether you're doing a brick, stones, a rock, this all works the same way. And if you want them gray, these are really nice grays. And most of your colors will come with a cool gray, a very light gray, a medium gray. I hope this video helps someone, because I'll tell you, I didn't know. Even after watching, sometimes you just watch and you don't really get the whole concept of what they're doing. I don't know why. I didn't. So I thought, well, I'm coloring this picture. So I'm just going to go ahead and video doing this rock. A lot of times I've watched videos and they don't really tell you as they're switching colors, they're just doing it. They tell you what colors, but then they start switching on you and you don't know. I didn't know. Well, what color did you just pick up? What color are you using now? So we're using our lightest gray. And this is Warm Gray 2. If you're using polychromos, don't hesitate to mix your colors with other pencils, because it really they mix okay together. So if you find a color that you like to do your rocks or your stones or your bricks, all you have to do is just pull your colors together from whatever you got. And it will work. Okay? So I'm going to do this side real quick too. The only thing I have left to do on this picture besides the rocks is the water. And I am going to use more of a greeny color to do the water, since my sky is such a pretty blue. I really don't want to take away from it. I still like the Prismacolors better. Because even the polychromos get a little hard. To put the color down. Even though I don't like coloring snaky things, I have an eel down here that I colored in. I don't know why, ever since I was a little girl, snakes are the one thing that can frighten me horrendously. Lived in Wyoming for quite a few years when I was a little girl. And there's a place called Hell's Half Acre. And when you drive through there, there's this giant pit. And when you look down in there, there are seem like a million rattlesnakes down there. It was horrendously horrible. For me. That's why I don't like snakes. Remember that song, I don't like spiders or snakes? Alright. Got one more and then we'll darken it in, and I will go ahead and color the water if you want me to. Just to see. That too, I used to think, well, how do they do that? Because you don't color over everything. You just color the empty spot in here, the color of your water. I've seen people do some of it, but now I'm just going to take my light color first. And it doesn't matter if there's little bits of darker, lighter that's left on here because they were rocks. They have darker and lighter spots. And I was thinking I colored on the other page, but I didn't. It's this frog that I've colored on. All right, so now I'm going to make sure I've got the right color. Yep, warm gray. And I'm just going to go around the very edge. But this time I don't want to do circles. I'm just going to do some back and forth. And I want this right in here darker, because this is where the rocks are coming together. So you can actually go over that black line, kind of like that. I'm just drinking my lemonade. I buy a bag of lemons and I take my little juicer thing, just a hand one, and I'll juice them all up and put it in a jar. And then I can make my lemonade whenever I want to. I use stevia in it so that it's even, or whatever I want. I just want it to be darker. Around the very edges. And that makes that little center lighter. And the main part is to separate with the darker part on your rocks. And I'm just going to come back in and just soften it all with my lightest gray. Just let it blend all together and soften. So always use your lightest color to finish it up. But remember, even with your lightest color, if you go over the center, it is going to darken that up. So if you need it darkened up, just go over the center with your lightest color again. But we really don't want to. There we go. And if you want to, you can take your sepia, just a little bit in the darkest parts. Right around the corners. Only if you want to. Sometimes you want things to stand out a little more. We got a little bit dark there, so I'm just going to take my white, my light color, and just smooth it out a little bit more. Okay? So now, if we want to do our water, and that will finish this up. I didn't film any of the rest of it. I just wanted to, I don't know how this would, there's a little tiny spot there that I missed. So I'm using this pale sage at the bottom. And I'm just barely giving it any color. And I haven't tested this, I'm just guessing, so. So you can do 3 shades, getting darker and darker. Leaving it light at the bottom. This is my lightest color. I'm just going to fill it all in. It's not such a big area. I don't know what all those little fish are doing, but they're looking at something. Maybe they think they're going to get some food from that little babies that are going to drop it, or maybe the mama's going to give them something extra. I don't know. Now I'm just going back over the top and making it darker. And then just less and less pressure. So I'm just looking. I don't know if this light green is going to be, I think it'll work. So we want to leave this bottom part light. So we're getting there. We're almost done. I'm going to just go over these little dots. They're like maybe little air bubbles. I don't know. I'm just going to go over them a little bit so they kind of show up. Okay. Now I'm just looking for one more color. It's got to be in the green tones. Maybe true green. Let's try that. Because that's kind of a different color green. So we kind of came down to about here. So we want this very top. to go right over the top of that little duck. See? Look at how that looks like he's just floating in the water. And it's okay if it's a little streaky, because when you look down in the water, what do you see? You see all those light beams. And now I'm really lightening up. Just gonna let it come on down. But I don't want it heavy in any shape, way, or form. I'm just kind of hitting and missing. So you not only learned how to color a rock, but you kind of got the idea how to blend this together. And I think I'm done. I'm going to leave it at that. And maybe I didn't give you that color. This one was true green. I did. Okay. So that's how you color the water and the rocks. And I did the same thing here. I started with a very light color. I colored it all in. And then I came up here and I did a dark color. And then I just found my medium color and just kind of blended it in. And I think that worked out really well. So thank you for watching. I hope it helps you color some rocks and color some water and sea. And I love you. Thank you for watching. Hope you'll subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And we'll see you again soon.